All right, see that area? It tails a little bit to the left, but not much. But that's where a lot of people will see on the other bank fishing. So that's the lake. All right. Here's where that bend happens, and it goes back into a bay back there. There's a little area that I'll show you when I get to that side, but that's where a lot of people will fish too. So I'll catch you in a minute. All right, that big massive building and stuff all over there, that is the Timken roller bearing plant on Faircrest. Let's see if I can zoom in some. There's one of their smelting areas, I think. But look how big their buildings are. Look how far they extend. There's another one about the same length on the other side of it. I can get in there. I might have to go in a different angle. All right, I will see if I can get a better shot of it. Talk to you later. All right, this is Petro Park. You'll see the water goes off in the distance around that curve underneath that bridge over there, and it gets fed by drainage, but then it comes through here and then goes around that corner for another bit. There's another area, and then there's a cove back over there. But this is some good fishing, but I'll be walking around the outskirts of it, and they apparently have put several different trails in now. So I'll be doing that. As you can see up there, there's a person walking if you'd zoom in, but try not to get a lot of people in my video when I'm out walking. But this is Petro's Park, or Petro, depending on how you pronounce it. But this is the lake, and like I said, back there around the corner, there's even a little bit more of an area to fish. So I'll check back with you guys after a bit. Alright, I've done one loop of the normal trail. There's a couple of variations on that one loop. I will go back to do those momentarily. Right now, I'm going to take you to the Meadow Trail and see if there's anything to see. I'm going to pay attention. Crossing here. That's the AEP Ohio Electrical Building, one of their buildings in this area. But all right, so now we're in the meadows. I've done this trail once before. It's primarily, so yeah, I guess you can see like birds and stuff. And also here's something that you can read about. I'm not sure why they have some of it in red lettering, but I'll stay focused on this for a bit. If you want to view it, you can pause the video and zoom in better. But it's the conservation buffer zone, so that's what that sign is all about. So walk through here. I don't think this is ground's kind of soggy because we've had nothing but rain recently, and it's supposed to rain again tonight through tomorrow, the next day I think. But yeah, as you can tell, the ground is kind of soggy, and I got my brand new, well, I've had them for about a year now, but they're still new to me because I only wear them when I go walking. So, but it looks like we just go down here, we follow this trail for a bit, then we loop back around, and we come back up over there, and then back to the entrance of the park. I'll keep filming until that's the Faircrest plant that's owned by Timken. You can hear that heavy banging and stuff. That's their roller bearing plant that is over there. When I get to the top of the one part of this park, I will show you it, because you can see it better from the top. On one part of the park, one part of the trail, you can see it okay, but when you stand at the very top, you can see basically the scope of how big that place is. All right, coming up to this little bridge, and then I'll cross it, and I'll stop filming because I'm just trying to get my steps in for today. But I will walk across here. If I see something interesting, I will either snap photos real quick or try to get a video of it. So that is it for this part on the Meadows Trail and Petros Park in Perry Township. All right, this is a new bridge. I'm standing, I believe, on the original bridge. Under there is where I flung my hook and caught the turtle when my boys were probably 5 and 7 maybe. But yeah, this is the area that I caught the turtle, and took me not hours, it seemed like hours to get the hook out of it. But yeah, the turtles kept coming up here and going after our bait and stripping it, so when the fish came by and hit at it, there was nothing there for them. So, but there used to be a few big fish. Actually, this is higher up than I expected it to be, because if you can see, let me see if I zoom in. I don't know how much you can see, but there's like rocks right under there, under that water level, and we would see like tail fins and dorsal fins of long fish swimming up in these little areas, like right around here, right through that area, and then out back to the main body of the water. And there's a duck over there. There he is. And he's fishing, apparently. But yeah, when my kids were little, we would come here on days to fish and that. So this brings back memories. But like I said, this has all been changed. All this is all grown. I'm going to go through every trail that they have here, take photos, take videos of it. It's going to be a long video, probably. I might be a two-parter, I don't know. But this is Petro, however you pronounce it, park that I used to take the boys fishing all the time. All right, I got to get more walking done.